Hello, football fans. Hailstone Football starts now. I am your host, Bill Jones, broadcasting remotely from the House of Hurling, piggybacking on the Facebook Live post coming from the Chicago Gaelic Football Tournament. It is June 6, 2021. I believe the kickoff is, or the throw in is scheduled for about 4:30, which, as you can see on the scoreboard that I'm running from remotely, about 7 minutes from now, but there's really no saying exactly when it'll start. I am going to do my best to try and keep track of exactly where it's gone and add a little audio to the game. So that would explain to some extent why the quality may not be the best and why um, the audio may or may not be delayed, but I'm going to do my best to give the boys as much support as we can as we try and archive this match. Hey, Brady Terry, I see you've already posted up the stones. Well, thanks for that feedback. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? Madison has played, I believe, one weekend prior, and now they are here for championship weekend. They won earlier. I see. Let's see on the board on the field here. Walking by, I see Sucky and Andy Bean. I do have some numbers if they've kept their shirts on from the last video or the stream that I watched earlier. Bean was Chris Lane was in the goal, number 1. Andy Bean was number 2. Greg Doyle was 4. Shane Fleming was 9. Ross the Boss Dunford was 12. Column O'Reilly was 13, and Matt Daly was 16. I believe 5 was also Dave Dodge, and I think that's the best I could do numbers-wise. I've got my hand on the trigger. I see Colin Egan there doing the work he always does, which is amazing, refereeing so many games he's about to throw in here. And I will be clicking begin on the scoreboard to see if I can't keep up with the scoring and the scoreboard. Here it comes, and we're off. Okay. And there it is counting up. I think it will be going to 10-minute breaks. Oh, the opponent takes off number 8 for the green, takes off huge kick, but it is wide. It is wide, and this match, which is 9v9, I believe, does have the smaller goals and smaller field to accommodate the players. I should note up here in Madison, it's 88 degrees. I can't believe it would be much cooler over there away from the lake where they're playing down near Chicago. So the guys have got to be really sweating it out there. This looks like Colum O'Reilly with a big kick. Looking, he gets a point. That's Madison, draws first blood and gets a point. Let me give a point to them. There it is. Now, looking at a kickoff. So in the early minutes, Brady, I agree. I was concerned that might be a bad start as well, but no. Instead, Madison draws first blood, and now a big kick from their goalie is knocked down by Ross the Boss. Dunford, who kicks it in, is collected by Column, who puts it back into. Oh, a beautiful play! Oh, and off the side of his foot, and a goal for Madison. It's a great start. You've got to like the way things are starting for the Hailstones. I do not know who put that in. I have to kind of juggle the scoreboard and the call here, but and now they go with a short kick out, barely makes it to the 20, but there's already pressure on. Goalie kicks it out to green number to be determined. Another hand pass. I think that might be Cray putting a little pressure on. Up comes Sucky Fleming. Oh, 8 streaking away. This could be a shot. It's a bit wide. No, goal is awarded. Goal is awarded. It must curve just around the. I'm sorry, point is awarded, so it must have just curved around. Now we have 1-1 to 0-1. Chris Lane to drop the kickoff. Brady, let me know if the audio is tracking the video and if you can see it all right, or if the video is maybe too grainy. All right, big kickoff into the side here. Chased. It's a big left foot into. Oh, but it's intercepted by the center back there. Hand pass. Now here comes Green working down the middle of the field. but Greg Doyle collides with number 20 of their team, but they overlap nicely. Here come the opponent. I do not know their names. Someone could post that up there. I could start calling them by their correct name, but looks like Sucky's got him pushed into the corner. Chris Lane comes out hard. Great collision there, but Colin Megan calls him for an in the box. That could be a penalty shot. And we could be looking at a penalty shot. Thank you for the feedback, Brady. It's pretty good from what I'm getting. All right, well, thank you. That helps. 3 minutes in, Madison 1-1. Their opponent is 0-1, and sure enough, this will be a penalty kick into a tinier goal. I think. I do not think that's a standard size goal, but I could be wrong. I know the field is much shorter. Given the no, it will not be a penalty. It's just outside the box, a big kick. It curls in, and an easy point I think is going to be awarded to the opponent. Chris Lane to kick off. And let's see where he can put it. 1-1 to 0-2. Big kick now, pushes it up. It's brought down by the opponent here in green, number 10 into number 20, who dribbles once and then resets it off his foot. A sweet move he puts on. Now he's up to 20, cutting into the middle. Boy, they're getting into their stride, and they've got a point. Boy, they're not. I think they had a slow start, but are now showing why they made it into the finals. Here comes the kick out now into Greg Doyle. Greg Doyle bounces now. He resets it off his foot or solos off his foot. Hand pass way over into the middle to Colin O'Reilly, 13, who kicks it into Ross Dunford, who had a wonderful game in the semi. He puts it into the corner. I believe this is Potty. Potty dribbles now, puts it off his foot. Hand pass, showing a lot of skill there. A beautiful overlap. He finds a seam, but it's quickly closed. Hand pass. Oh, and there's a call. I'm guessing it was a hold that Colin sees. And we have Madison 1-1. Opponent 0-3, and we're going to have what has got to be a chip shot for Column. What's unfair about this is I think this is a narrow goal. It's got to be. Just looking at the goal, he takes up a lot of space, and he'll take his point, and he's got his point. So they respond with a point themselves, does Madison. It is 1-2 to 0-3, and we've got a game with 5 minutes in. I believe they play quarters because of the heat and the just the nature of the tournament. So they'll have 5 minutes to go before a break, and they're going to hope that they can hold on to this lead. Great clear by Greg Doyle, and the ball actually slows down enough where he's able to get some space, puts it all the way back to the goalie, Chris Lane. Then hand passes to Doyle. Here come the Hailstones. Bean. I believe this is Cray. Apologies to whoever 8 is if I have his name wrong here. Now kick in. And it might be a bit choppy now. At least it is on my screen here, and it goes over the end line, I believe. All right. So now what we're looking at is I believe some subs are coming in. The sun looks like it's shining even brighter. Quite a lot of heat. Colin passes it back to Sucky, number 6. Then Colin into space. A beautiful pass into. I don't know who that could be. It could be Connor D, but it's wide. I don't know what I can do about the choppiness. Perhaps lower the resolution, but for now we'll just play it as it is, and we'll review it and maybe fix it in post or make some changes down the line on how we do this broadcast. Here comes, I believe that's Collie. Left foot. No way did he make it. No sign from the behind the goal, so I'm going to guess that it was wide. Because he's running up here to kick it out, though, I could be wrong. I just don't know. So we're going to go with 1-2 to 0-3. I know that if it's a score, they kick it from one place, and if it's wide, they kick it from another. I just don't know how that works in football. Your announcer here is a hurler. So, all right, let's hear 15 with a nice solo. He's crossed the 21. He's got in. Great save by Chris Lane. My goodness. A great save. He gets in front of it just in time. The ball's now worked up, and here come the Hailstones, but it's disrupted. And now a scrum. Who's going to come up with it is Green. The collection and an overlap. Now a call, but let's talk a little bit about what Chris Lane just did. Instead of it being 1-3 opponent ahead, it's Madison 1-2 0-3 because Chris Lane got his both fists on it, knocked it down, and a great scoop in by our fullback to turn the charge around. And now a foul, big hit, and that's a point for the opponent. Okay, so a tight game, but it could be a lot worse. Into Connor D. Connor D, number 17, uses his brakes to create some space. Then a hand pass to Colum, the football commissioner here at the Hailstones Hurling and Football Club. Oh, big tackle here. Good save by their goalie on that end. Big tackle here. No call. And here comes the green team. The mean green is now overlapping. Oh, Connor D runs all the way back to put a hand on it. Benji Cottrell picking up someone coming through, so they have to go back with a pass to reset. Ross even getting involved in the defensive effort here. Now a hand pass into 26 of Green, who then hand passes over to his teammate. Going backwards a bit to create some space, and look at the charge. Here's a big pop up into the corner. Who's going to chase it down? He's not going to. He does get to it in time. Now he's straight up against the back line. This could be trouble for Madison if they get a decent angle on it, but instead it is called. Oh, I don't know where the line judge was, but looks like he's calling in to Colum to talk about it. I don't know what the plan here is. I'm sorry, I can't tell. It looks like since he's coming so far off the goal, I'm going to say that was a point. I believe you get to kick it out much farther away if it's a point, and so we're going to say they awarded it on almost an impossible angle. A great charge by Green, and we, without question, have ourselves a ball game. It's actually tied up 1-2 to 5 points. Big kick in, beautiful kick out by Chris. It goes almost to the entire length of the field to an open Connor D. Here he hits his overlapping captain. I'm sure it's the captain, Colum O'Reilly, who, despite being deflected, puts it over and now puts Madison up a point. Beautiful job by Chris Lane to put it into space. Connor D to be the middleman and Collie to finish. All right. I believe we probably have one more point now that I'm looking at the. So I'm going to give ourselves one more point, and the reason I'm doing that is I believe I missed one before when I noticed he was kicking out from farther off from the back line. So I think a wides they have to puck out or kick out closer to the goal. So am I the best football announcer you've ever heard? No. But I'm doing my best. There's another goal by Connor D. Connor D, the man from Cleveland, via Cleveland. Well done, Connor. Good to see you there. There's a kick out. It looks like kind of a. I guess he can kick it from his hand if he likes. He punts it to his fullback. Now look at this. The numbers here for Green down the middle. He's got lots of options here. But instead, he puts it into a cul-de-sac of hailstones, and he's going to regret that because look at this. We've got some heavy D, pushes it back past the 21. Benji says, no way are you getting past me. I believe that is some help and a point for the opponent. Nobody going wide. It's all some beautiful play here from both teams. Incredibly accurate on these smaller goals. You have to appreciate the accuracy there. All right. So we are now over 10 minutes. That means there's going to be a water break, and I can break it down a little bit here. From what I see, I'm seeing a 1-5 to 0-6 game. Oh, thanks, Brady. I can't. You haven't heard many football announcers, I don't believe. But yes, what a beautiful. So the highlight may have been that beautiful save by Chris Lane that has kept the Hailstones in the lead, 1-8. I'm going to have to reset this clock. I believe it'll be at 10 minutes. So the first water break. It's got to be sweltering heat down there. Kudos to our boys down in Chicago. Showing that the little engine that could is still steaming up that hill. I'm sure they're taking on essentially clubs from a much bigger metropolitan area, Chicago. I don't know if there's any other visitors, but they made the 2.5-hour drive or so down to Gaelic Park, a really beautiful facility. If anyone has an opportunity to check out a match there, either hurling or football, I really strongly recommend it, especially if it's being refereed by the one and only Colum Egan, who I see walking across our screen here. Eagle Eye Egan hasn't missed a call in the 10 plus years that I've known him to be a referee. We're lucky to have him. So if you're watching this later, Colin, thanks again for all your service. Get lots of water and sunscreen. So I don't know how long our breaks are going to be, but what I do know is that they're probably taking as much time as the teams feel they need to recharge and recover, given the sweltering heat, the low numbers, and the small field. That means there's no rest on the field. Everybody's moving to space or towards the ball, and it's just got to be exhausting. So, what else can we recap here? I know the Hailstones played at one prior weekend, and they're back after winning several matches over the course of May. But here we are, June 6, 2021. They played earlier today, about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago. They overcame in the semifinals. They beat a team I'm told is known as the McBride uh, GAA or football club, and in pretty decisive fashions in just a 20-minute game. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is not a water break. Now that I think about it, these games are 20 minutes, so they're at halftime. But in just a 20-minute game earlier today, they won 4-4 to I believe it was 0-3 or 0-4, which means Chris Lane, uh, Andy Bean, Shane Fleming, the other backs back there. I know Benji Cottrell kind of helps lead despite being more of a halfback. They were able to get the clean sheet. Not easy on such a small field because you're always under fire. And in the desperate moments, it's always looking for goals. So well done for them to them in their earlier match. But now the matter at hand is 10 more minutes of play, 10 minutes to glory, 10 minutes to the trophy. Can the Hailstones hold on? Up just 2 points, they have to find a way to withstand what is sure to be a frantic onslaught. And quite frankly, we're in for some crazy football. There's nothing left to conserve in the tank. They've got to leave it all on the field here if they want to win it. I know that they've been practicing hard since the snow finally melted off the fields, and they were able to get outside. It's been a long break, as we all know. Last year was essentially canceled in the football and hurling world. And to see, frankly, both these teams look very fit, as did the team that we played earlier, means people put in a lot of hard work in the off season to stay ready. So I'm going to start the clock, I hopefully at 10 minutes, and we'll count up to 20. And when we're done, we'll hope that the Hailstones have the victory. But you never know. So here's Colum with his back to us now. Referee Egan is going to throw it in. And I believe I have the score right, 1-5. There it is. So here we go. With that, should start counting up from 10. It is, and we're going to see how our next 10 minutes come out. Ball off to the side. I believe that was kicked by a Hailstone or a Madison player, so we're going to have a kick in now from the green opponents. Again, if anybody knows the name of this team, I'd be happy to give them some props. They're having a heck of a game, too. I just don't know them. Frankly, I didn't know that this was going to be streaming until about an hour before the broadcast. All right, so great defense by Madison has them kicking it in from the sideline. That's Ross I saw collecting it. Oh, great overlap here by Seven, who instead of going for point looks for Colum O'Reilly. Oh, and he holds his hand in frustration. Is a great save by the goalie, but it's a small and a narrow goal. But that would have been nice to put them ahead. Here comes the green team now. Great interception. He's tackled. I believe that's Elaine Cray, but I could be totally wrong. I got to get the name right there. If anyone knows him who might be watching, drop me a chat. This looks. I don't know who that is. As a guy who just plays primarily football, sometimes my path doesn't cross or hurling that I don't cross with footballers. But here's a guy I know, Shane Sucky Fleming, number 9, puts it into another popular Hailstone column and another save. Column is very frustrated. He's been rejected twice now and had to deal with the consequences. We could be up 6, but instead he just can't find the angle. Great save by the goalie. And here comes I believe they kicked from a 45 in football, so we'll call it, here comes the 45. I believe Column takes all these, so he's had to trot his way all the way back. I'm quite certain it's not going to be Benji there, who we're looking at on the screen, taking it. Here he comes. Here comes Colum O'Reilly. Preparing to... Oh, instead he hits a streaking, little soccer-style kick there to the streaking 8, who has to come back, maybe to Colum, who now is maybe 10 meters closer than where he had it. They're hoping to cross the line here. Benji knows better than to shoot. Instead, he sends it to Shane Sucky Fleming, who puts it to Bean, puts it to Connor D, I believe that is. And a big kick by Ross Dunford is wide. It's wide, unfortunately. So what we have now is, geez, but wide. He's kicking it just the same as he did after points. So I guess I don't know. But anyway, here comes, it's Vinny Moore. They're called the Pierces. Thank you, Vinny. I'll even see if I can get the name changed on this. The Pierces are actually a good friend to the Hailstones. They come down to our tournament, I know. Apologies for not recognizing all you boys. And that's a point for the Pierces. Let me put it in. Pierces. And we've got ourselves a game. These teams, now that I know who we're up against, these teams know each other well. And that would explain why we've got some tight matchups here. Pay no attention to the total score. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's 1-5 to 0-7. Oh, ball crosses the box. It's collected by the keeper, who looks for some reason to go back into the box. I guess the Hailstones turn their back at the wrong moment. Here comes the kick out into the sideline. Sideline dribble. Bill always kicks from the same place. Thank you, Vinny. Very helpful. Oh, that's it. Oh, tough call on that. I thought it was a decent tackle, but I suppose, despite the fact that it was a green man who ran into the Madison player, it was not shoulder to shoulder, and Colum Egan is going to award a kick in. All right, it's always kicked from the same place. I may have been confused. Perhaps the ladies are the ones who get to kick it a little farther upfield, but I just don't know. A save by Chris Lane. He goes up the ladder to pull it down. Then it's collected by Sucky Fleming. Big kick now into... Oh, can he get to it before it crosses the line? Of course, it's Colum O'Reilly. He doesn't get there late. He gets there on time, or maybe even a few minutes early. Dribble, kick, a punt up into the box. Inside the 20. A beautiful play by Ross Dunford to create space. Stiff arm. He may have taken a few steps. Oh, off the post. Off the post. We're hoping that perhaps he was playing with advantage. Ross slow to get up, and he was playing with advantage there. That's why Colum Egan is calling it back. It looked Ross getting up. He can't believe he couldn't sneak that pass to the left of the goal. There must have been a jersey pull or perhaps a nice push. And here comes Collie. Collie with a big kick. He hopes to put it over. A point is awarded, and Madison could use that because they need some separation. That would make it 1-5 to 0 or 1-6 to 0-8. That's a 2-point differential. And we have the goalie now for the Pierces kicking it in. But it's intercepted by, oh, geez, if anyone can help me with that name, number 8. He's having a great game, controlling the middle for sure, getting the ball in and feeds it into Colum, who he's got it again. He's gonna want to be supported by O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you're gonna need your parts because they're always reliable. Well done, Colum. All right, a kick in down the sideline collected by number 10, Pierce, who's been very active for the game. Oh, finds a beautiful pass over the head of a Hailstone, and it's brought down past the 21-meter line. That's Alan Cray. Thank you very much, Vinny. Number 8's Alan Cray. Cray really commanding the middle of the field. Big props to him. I'm going to add him to my little roster here. Cray. All right. Now with the free over the bar. The Pierces have inched closer. I think they're within a point. I must warn our watchers that this is a very unofficial scoreboard. If anyone sees me missing anything, let me know if they think I'm off. But I do believe we're looking at a 10-8 game. Here comes Chris Lane. How big? How big is the kick? It's very big. It's very high, and it's very on target. Beautiful collection by Potty. I believe this is at 6. He fumbles it. Can he get it back to his feet? Yes. Hand pass to Connor D. Another one over to Colin O'Reilly. He doesn't like his left foot. He wants the right foot, and he'll go for a point. And judging by the clapping, I'm going to give him a point here. All right. Now, it's always the return, it's always the defense that helps the best here. You can really demoralize a team if you put over a couple points, and on their return, you can intercept it, which we do. It's a hand pass over to Cray. No, that's number 7. I don't know who number 7 is. Help me out, Vinny, if you've got that one. Vinny with a left foot. A clap, but I don't know if that was a point or not, given the judge was offline. I'm going to leave it off the board for now, but let's keep that in mind. We could have a point that we can rely on later. Collected by the Pierces. Along the line, it's dropped and collected. Great job by Greg Doyle, who comes back to help. There's a hand pass from Connor D to Doyle to number 7. Now to Cray, I'm going to guess that is. No, that was Potty. Now number 7 in it. Looks like we may be shifting lines, keeping Colin O'Reilly out there, perhaps Dunford as well, but guys like Cray, number 7. That's Sean McGee. All right, thank you very much, Vinny Moore. Number 7 is Sean McGee. Good to see him out there playing. Sean now. Hand pass to Connor D. Did they just high five? I don't know. But then Connor D hands it back to Shane Fleming, who surveys the land, instead makes a sweet move and moves it out, uses his feet to move it up. There's Ross. Oh, the Pierces are now in control and on the attack. We could have an open space here and a problem. Connor D back to help, though. Now he's just going to go from distance and try to grab a point. Poor idea because it goes wide. And it's 11-8. You always like that 3-point cushion. If you can make it to 4, then you can really breathe easy because they can't tie it up even with a goal. Chris Lane, I'd say we've got a minute to go, 2 minutes tops. Can they hold this 1-goal lead? Boy, we could really use a 4-point cushion, couldn't we, folks? Hailstone Nation is on the edge of their seat as it's kicked out and collected nicely by our man Colin. Again, I don't think he's come off. And if he did, we'd be in trouble. So stay on there, Colin. Oh, it's intercepted by the Pierces. They know they've got at least maybe 45 seconds, a minute to go. They're on the attack. They need this goal, but instead they go wide. It's wide, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to hurt. And you see the shoulders slump, the heads go down. That hurts as a short kick out to control is the key here with 30 seconds to go. Connor D, hand pass. Over to Greg Doyle, who streaks down. Greg Doyle, Solos. Solos get a bounce. Solos past the 21. They know to control the clock. I love it. The Hailstones with such awareness, they play it back. That's Potty. He's going to play it back. It's control the ball now. Connor D knows what's going on. A nice soft pass to Greg. It's the Pierces with only, oh, they can't. This is gorgeous. 5 seconds to go. Do you believe in miracles? 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Yes, 20 minutes. The whistle's got to be coming soon, and it does. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Hailstones have brought back the cup. What a win. What an exhausting game for this announcer. I can't believe how hard it must have been for Madison, but well done to the Hailstones. What a win. We're going to be drinking pints on State Street, boys. Come on back. Bring the hardware. We're so proud of you. Thank you for playing. Thank you for everyone for watching. This has been the Hailstone Broadcast Network. Unless I had this scoreboard totally off, I do believe the Hailstones have been crowned the victors. You know, I'm not going to sign off because I actually watched the championship before this and they had a bit of a trophy ceremony. And I'm going to instead stay with you so that we can actually identify properly those players that were down in Chicago under this sweltering heat. And yes, they are going to, it looks like they may have a middle of the field award, and I'm going to just soak this in, remain quiet, and perhaps give some light commentary if I do see something of note. My pleasure, Vinny. Thank you for the for viewing. So let's see here. As we watch, let's see, who can I see there? Daly, 16. Uh, who else can I identify from back there? Number 7 is McGee, Sean McGee, who had a great game. I hope somebody moves that camera so we can see a little more. Good job there, Shane Sucky Fleming. He took very few minutes off, if any, this game. There's Greg Doyle congratulating his teammate number 4. Well done, Greg. It looks like the little one came down to cheer on his dad as well. That's fantastic. Number 5, Dave Dodge. I know he was real active in the win earlier today. Gave the starters some rest, and that was fantastic. What? Oh man, I hope someone. They're gonna move the camera. That's fantastic. All right, here comes number 9, our captain, Shane Sucky Fleming, who's going to give a speech. In a few words, I'm sure he's congratulating the Pierces, our good friend the Pierces, who come on up often to our tournament. I know that they've played many matches together. To be honest, they didn't look like the Pierces that I usually see. They looked far more. They have been closing the gap on the Hailstones, and it was a great match. Only a 3-point game based on my unofficial. Wish we could mic up Shane here, but if I had to guess, he's congratulating the Pierces and also giving props to the organizers of this great tournament, and perhaps tipping his hat to our football commissioner here at the Hurling and Football Club of Madison, Colin O'Reilly, who had a big hand in put in a lot of minutes and hours organizing the trip. So with that, they're going to be bringing home a trophy, and as I say, we're going to be drinking pints on State Street, perhaps heading over to one of our great sponsors like the Silver Dollar or the Bristle Boar or Nitty Gritty. The live video has ended. That means I must stop my stream as well. Thank you all for watching. It's been a great start to the season. Way to go, boys. We will